From our studio in Georgetown, this is the TV Delmarva Channel 14 News at 4.
Good day, Delmarva. Reporter Rob Petrie here for TV Delmarva Channel 14 News. Straight ahead, a Virginia man has died following a serious crash with a tractor trailer near Bridgeville. A Dover woman was arrested after police say she assaulted a man and stole his vehicle. And Governor Carney extends the COVID-19 public health emergency another 30 days. These stories and more coming up, but weather first with Hunter Alton.
Hello and good afternoon, Delmarva. We have made it to the end of the week, Friday, and it has been a very interesting day here on the shore, to say the least, especially in our news department. But we've seen plenty of sunshine across the area today. We're still in that very, very dry air mass. We've been seeing some breezy conditions as well. Definitely some very dangerous fire conditions out there, even though we don't have a red flag warning in effect today, even though I kind of quite question that, especially as what has occurred just outside of the Greenwood area today. But regardless, taking a live look outside the TV Delmarva studios here in Georgetown, we got cloudless skies, plenty of sunshine, and some little bit warmer temperatures too. Currently 60 degrees here in Georgetown. Take a look at some satellite and radar, pretty much the similar deal as yesterday. We have a very dry air mass in place with that constant northwest flow of clouds across the Appalachian Mountains from Charleston to Roanoke, down to Raleigh and Jacksonville, North Carolina. But for the most part, for areas of the Mid-Atlantic, we are seeing some very nice conditions overall with plenty of sunshine in place, and that will continue even for the next 24, say 48 hours here on Delmarva. Now let's take a look at those conditions elsewhere on Delmarva this afternoon. We've been seeing some nice comfortable temperatures for the most part. Widespread areas of temperatures in the 60s. Right now 61 in Salisbury and Pocomoke City, 60 degrees for Ocean City, 59 for Easton, 60 for Centerville, Dover, and Newark, and currently 61 degrees up north in Wilmington. Take a look at the humidity values. This is where the problem starts, right here. We have widespread areas of some very, very dry conditions with those humidity values down to about 20%, and even some locations were down into the teens. That's why we have that such high critical fire danger today, not to mention with those breezy conditions too. And we're in slightly a bit of a drought as well, so no surprise that wildfire risk is very high today, but at least the good news is conditions will be improving once we get into this weekend, and that fire danger will be done. Take a look at current sustained winds across the region. We've been seeing sustained winds from the northwest between 10 and 15 miles per hour, but we have been seeing some wind gusts getting close to 30 miles per hour across the region, like gusting right now 28 miles per hour here in Georgetown, 19 for Salisbury, 23 for Ocean City, 23 as well for Dover, 23 miles per hour in Newark, and currently gusting to 24 in Wilmington. Now we do have a fairly nice weekend ahead, especially going into Saturday, but we will be introducing some more rain chances starting from Sunday to almost about Wednesday. But at least the good news is we do got some much warmer weather on the way. Now don't go anywhere, because in a little bit I'll have your complete weekend forecast in just a little bit.
This afternoon, we brought you breaking news of a large-scale brush fire encompassing multiple acres near Greenwood. Our Jonathan Mistrat was there live, and you can find more details on this breaking and developing story at tvdelmarva.com. Well, a Virginia man has died following a serious crash with a tractor trailer near Bridgeville. According to Delaware State Police, the crash occurred just before 2 p.m. Wednesday as a 2022 Freightliner truck tractor towing a 2012 Viking trailer was traveling westbound on Seashore Highway, approaching the intersection of Scott Store Road. A 2021 Nissan Altima was stopped at the stop sign on the intersection. For unknown reasons, police say the driver of the Altima failed to remain stopped as the Freightliner approached and pulled directly into the path while turning left onto Seashore Highway. The Freightliner tried to brake and swerve to avoid striking the Nissan but was unable to, resulting in the front right side of the Freightliner striking the left side of the Altima. The driver and sole occupant of the Freightliner, a 64-year-old Milford man, was properly restrained and not injured. However, the driver of the Nissan, an 80-year-old Alexandria, Virginia man, was properly restrained and transported to an area hospital in critical condition. Unfortunately, on Thursday, he passed away as a result of his injuries. A 77-year-old Alexandria, Virginia woman was also properly restrained. She was admitted to an area hospital with serious injuries. That road was closed for about 3.5 hours. Delaware State Police are investigating a robbery that occurred on Bay Road in Dover on Wednesday. According to state police, the incident occurred around 4:30 a.m. Wednesday as an 84-year-old Dover man was driving his vehicle on southbound Bay Road with an acquaintance, 53-year-old Kathy Ware. During this time, Ware became upset with the victim, according to police, and they say that she began physically assaulting him. The victim stopped his vehicle in the median of Bay Road near the Dover Air Force Base, and the victim got out of his car to avoid being injured. Well, Ware then reportedly entered the driver's seat and stole the victim's vehicle, according to police, fleeing towards an unknown direction. The victim was transported to a nearby hospital where he was treated for minor injuries. Warrants were drafted for Ware's arrest. She was located by Salisbury Police in Maryland and is currently awaiting extradition back to Delaware. And speaking of Dover, a Dover man is calling on the state to take steps to revitalize a dilapidated and deteriorating building that just so happens to be the oldest building in Kent County and the third oldest building in the state of Delaware. Ben Wilson, owner and operator of Wilson's Workers Masonry, reached out to our news department after he sent a letter to DenRec, who now owns the building, offering his services to restore Kingston Upton Hall, a 74th century building with original brickwork that has been left to rot.
I just want to bring awareness to it. It's been unoccupied for about 80 years or so, and it's still in pretty good shape. I think with a new roof and some brickwork, it could last another 100 years, but it existed 100 years prior to Dover being the capital, and it existed 10 years prior to Dover even being established as a town. So it predates a lot of history, and the record keeping for Dutch and Swedish settlements going back in Delaware to the time when it was built is pretty sketchy. I think a lot of the reason for that is they didn't want to have to pay taxes to the new English government. But it appears on a survey in I can actually show you. Oh. But yeah. 1673 is the date on the patent for the survey. And this is actually the dwelling house on the 1673 survey. Anybody can see that. And that is the precise same location of the current property. So the house, in the very least, currently sits on the same foundations of the house that was there in 1673, in the very least. And we know from historical record that they were building in Virginia. This is St. Luke's Church. Very similar headers, the blue glazers. The architecture is Anglo-Dutch, but it's extremely similar to this property. And this is the property we're talking about, Kingston upon Hull. It's probably an example of the finest Flemish fawn brickwork that I've ever seen in America. And I've worked on Fort Delaware. I've worked on a lot of historical properties, and it's utterly incredible to me that the state of Delaware owns this, and they're just kind of letting it go bad.
Walk me through, me and my audience, what the condition of the house is in right now.
Well, the condition of the house is pretty rough. It's pretty rough, but it's not unrestorable. Again, this is the house. And you can see the brickwork. It's beautiful, beautiful brickwork. A lot of it doesn't even need to be touched. But a lot of the stuff towards the bottom just needs to be repointed, re-put back together. A couple of the sides are falling out. Other than that, I think a few of the boards along the side need to be replaced, but the roof is still intact. And the literature, going back from the University of Delaware studies on the house, states that the sheer shingles underneath of the asphalt shingles on the roof are still intact. So I don't think there's a whole lot of damage. Otherwise, there'd be rotted out roof material.
Now, Wilson has offered his services to restore the building and hopes to hear back from state officials soon. Governor John Carney has extended the COVID-19 public health emergency order another 30 days. The extension allows the state of Delaware and medical providers to continue COVID-19 vaccine and testing programs. By extending the order, the state maintains its eligibility for low-income Delawareans to continue receiving enhanced federal food benefits. Well, Monday is your last chance to win a Midland Weather Radio. Be sure to go to tvdelmarva.com and enter your information for your chance to win. The winner will be announced Monday, May 2nd after TV Delmarva News at 4 during a Facebook Live broadcast on TV Delmarva's Facebook page. Coming up, Delaware's first state food system program is now accepting applications. More details straight ahead. Don't go away. The Delaware Department of Agriculture has announced that starting today, the Delaware Council on Farm and Food Policy will be accepting grant applications for projects to enable local entities to address challenges, stabilize, strengthen, and build resilience in the state's food system. A well-functioning food supply chain moves Delaware's grown food products from farmland and indoor grown sites to market outlets, households, and ultimately consumers. The first state food system program provides grant funding for entities that grow, process, store, transport, distribute, or sell food here in the state of Delaware. Well, it's looking like we're in store for mostly clear and cooler conditions tonight as we get a preview of your pinpoint weather forecast with Hunter Alton.
Critical fire weather conditions continue throughout the afternoon and evening hours as we head into another night of clear skies and chilly temperatures. Saturday, we will finally be done with the windy conditions and will favor some even warmer temperatures as well. And then the rain chances return from Sunday through Wednesday with even more warmer temperatures on the horizon. Now don't go anywhere because when we come back, I'll have a look at your weekend forecast here on TV Delmarva, Channel 14 News. Alrighty, Delmarva, let's get right into that pinpoint forecast for the overnight hours and get you a nice little preview of the weekend to come. Now, we still have the threat of that enhanced fire danger risk throughout much of the afternoon and the evening hours, but we are going to be looking at improving conditions tonight with some mostly clear skies, and temperatures are going to be fairly chilly across the region once again, 36 to 40 degrees, but the best news is that strong wind will be dying down and only be from the north at about 5 miles per hour. Take a look at Futurecast, rest of the overnight hours throughout much of this weekend. This is 8 o'clock this evening. We still got plenty of clear skies for the most part. Temperatures are not too bad out there in the mid-50s. Going into the heart of the overnight hours, we do have a little bit of some clouds over towards areas of central Virginia, but still fairly clear for the most part here on the shore as temperatures begin to fall down into the lower 40s. But waking up tomorrow morning, well, temperatures are actually going to be warming up just a little bit, getting into the mid and upper 40s after we had dropped to near 40 degrees tonight. But we're starting to see an increase in those clouds from the west, and when that does, we're going to be looking at some mostly sunny to partly sunny skies at times, but definitely some noticeably warmer temperatures too by the early afternoon hours, getting into the mid and upper 60s. But by the time we get into the evening hours, we got widespread areas of partly to maybe even some mostly cloudy skies at times. And that's going to be keeping temperatures a little bit warmer tomorrow night in the upper 50s to about 60 degrees. And then in the heart of the overnight hours, we got partly cloudy skies, temperatures falling down into the mid 40s, still fairly comfortable night in store. Take a look at the Saturday forecast overall, though. We got mostly sunny skies and even warmer day ahead, too, with temperatures of 64 to 66 degrees. Light winds, done with that strong gusty winds that we've seen the last couple of days from the north, between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Looking at it overall, what fantastic Saturday ahead. Now, the bigger story is going to be the allergy index going into this weekend. This is for Saturday, as you can guess. High to very high levels of pollen, 10 out of 12 on our scale, and you guessed it, more tree pollen from your allergens of oak, birch, and maple trees. Now we're going to switch gears and take a look at the marine conditions for Saturday, beginning with the Atlantic, mostly sunny skies, 58 degrees, winds from the northwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour with seas of 1 to 2 feet. Take a look at the Delaware Bay. We got mostly sunny skies, 61 degrees, winds from the northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour with seas of less than 1 foot expected. And then the Chesapeake Bay, mostly sunny skies, 64 degrees, winds from the northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And you can expect seas of less than 1 foot on the Chesapeake. Now, going into the overnight hours tomorrow night, we will be increasing those clouds with some partly cloudy skies. A fairly comfortable night in store too, with overnight lows of 40 to 45 degrees. Winds will be switching directions, but still be fairly light for the most part from the southwest at about 5 miles per hour. And now take a look at that extended outlook, including this weekend. Well, unfortunately, a chances for showers on Sunday has gone up, unfortunately, to about a 40% chance. Temperatures still nice and comfortable in the upper 60s. But taking a look into next weekend, we got multiple days of chances of showers Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and even Friday. But take a look at those temperatures though. We got multiple days well into the 70s. We do get a break from the precipitation a little bit on Wednesday and Thursday, but more rain chances are in the forecast to end the week next week with temperatures near 70 degrees.
Coming up, Russian President Vladimir Putin has accepted an invitation to attend the G20 summit. More details straight ahead. Keep it here. Russian President Vladimir Putin has accepted an invitation to attend the G20 summit. The announcement was made today that Putin will attend the summit set to be held on the Indonesian island of Bali in November. The country's president extended the invitation earlier this week to Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, who tweeted that he was, quote, grateful for the invite, but did not say whether or not he would attend. The summit is scheduled for November 20th.
Weather Classroom is sponsored by No Nonsense Office Machines, committed to providing quality products and services with over 15 years of experience here in Sussex County. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today's weather lesson, we will be going over one of the most crucial devices that you can have in your home to protect not only yourself and your family, especially during severe weather, is a Noaa weather radio. Now, a Noaa weather radio, all hazards, or NWR for short, is a nationwide network of radio stations broadcasting continuous weather information directly from the nearest National Weather Service office. NWR broadcasts official weather service warnings, watches, forecasts, and any other hazardous information 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Working with the Federal Communication Commission's FCC Emergency Alert System, NWR is a all-hazards radio network, making it your single source for comprehensive weather and emergency information, in conjunction with the federal, state, and local emergency managers and any other public officials. NWR also broadcasts warnings and post-event information for all different types of weather hazards, including such as earthquakes, avalanches, environmental concerns like with chemical releases or oil spills, and even public safety such as Amber Alerts or 911 telephone outages. Known for the voice of NOAA's National Weather Service, NWR is provided as a public service by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, part of the Department of Commerce. NWR includes more than 1,000 transmitters covering all 50 states, adjacent coastal waters, Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and the U.S. Pacific Territories. NWR requires a special radio just like this Midland USA radio that they provide as a receiver or a scanner capable of picking up the signal. Broadcasts are also found in the VHF public service band at 7 different frequencies.
Well, that about does it for us today, Delmarva. Be sure to follow us on Facebook at TV Delmarva and on our website, tvdelmarva.com, for real-time news and weather updates. And while you're there, be sure to sign our petition calling on the major cable providers to carry TV Delmarva on their platforms so we can provide this kind of local programming to all of Delmarva. Until next time, I'm Rob Petrie reporting for TV Delmarva Channel 14 News.